Recently I was in Walmart and I picked up one of the Ozark Trail multi-tools. This thing was $3.88 and I wanted to test it just to see if this was even a temporary solution to a multi-tool. It does come with this little tiny pouch. It's not much to it, but it is a pouch. Folds to a decent little compact size. Pull out your pliers. We have a knife, straight edge. Here we have a bottle opener. We have a serrated blade or saw. It looks like we have a can opener. We have needle-nose pliers. We have standard pliers right here, and then we have a wire cutter. You can see the sheet metal body. It's pretty thin. Seems to be fairly strong. And there is no lock on these tools. It's fairly smooth though, closing. Locks in tight. I mean, it's pretty solid. We'll just go ahead and test. These are pretty solid, and these are small pliers. We're going to take these needle nose pliers. I'm going to bend this wire around. No problem. This coat hanger seems to be a little tougher. Yep, we got this steel screw. Let's just go ahead and see if we can pull this thing out. Don't really see a whole lot of damage even with this steel. Here we have a larger nut. Yeah, we can actually get a hold of it. I'm afraid if this thing was really tight, you might have some issues, but I think the biggest issue is these walls right here. But it'll do it. If you put on some gloves, probably wouldn't be near as bad. Try this piece of aluminum. Yeah, we can bend it, no problem. Tell you what though, you're gonna need to put something around this for sure, because it'll wear your hand out. Let's try the wire cutters on this paper clip. Brass rod. And we'll try this larger paper clip. This is pretty decent. Yeah, those grips, man, they'll dig into your hand. We're gonna take an index card, see how well this cuts. Not super sharp. If you get the right angle, kind of a steep angle, yeah, it'll cut, but it's not super sharp. And let's see how it does on this wood. This is just some 1x2s. You know, you could possibly do some feathering for a small fire if you wanted to. Of course, this is just pine, so it's kind of soft. It actually does better on the feathering than it did on cutting the cardstock. Now, the one thing is, this thing does not have any kind of lock, so you got to be careful. The drilling. Whoo, boy, that's close. Yeah, you got to be careful of that blade. As far as bending, it seems to hold up okay. Yeah, the blade's not really bending. So, and I guess if you're grabbing here, it kind of gives it a little more support. Blade looks good. Huh, I'm a little bit surprised and impressed at the same time. We'll get a little more harder wood. Well, and who knows, you might be able to sharpen this up to even be better with the paper. Of course, the handle's not really made for, you know, really good knife work, but it actually is pretty comfortable. These little places that come up, these little wings do dig a little bit into your thumb. But in a pinch, I think you actually might be able to survive a little bit. I was really expecting this blade just to bend. Huh. This blade has a sawtooth, so that's interesting. Let's see how it does. It's just so short. Yeah, that blade is not the sharpest. It's not the sharpest tool in the shed. I guess it's kind of like a serrated blade, but again, not super sharp for sawing. Let's see how it does with paracord. Well, it's barely fraying it. Let's try our straight edge. Yep, yeah, cut it right in two. I'm much more impressed with the straight edge than I am that serrated edge for sure. Give it enough force, you can cut it with one good swipe. We're gonna use the can opener. We're gonna see what we can get with this little can. If we can get a decent... You gotta open it up to get where it'll actually fit. It's gonna do it. Surprising. To be honest, I'm shocked. Doesn't have much of a blade though. You got a lot of cuts. Now it's starting to bend the can, and the lip is having a hard time catching. And it's not really long enough, but it'll do it. You just gotta work it, baby. Work it. There we go. And to be honest, I can just raise this right up and get the contents out. I could go ahead and go around, but man, right there, that really gets on your thumb. Down here, we're not really putting a lot of pressure on it, but as we've seen, it can be tough. But it'll do it. Bottle opener. Yep. Oh yeah, I love blondes. The little pouch, not much. Does have a little belt loop. Velcro keeper. I've seen some that have a snap. But for $3.88, I don't know what else you could expect. Slides down in there. Yeah, not bad. Long term, maybe not, but it'll get you by. I mean, guys, for $3.88, that's a decent tool. And with all that we've done, I don't really see any nicks in the wire cutters. There's some wear, but it doesn't look like there are any holes. The teeth, a little bit of wear, but we were pulling that wood screw out. We were making all kind of cuts. We were turning bolts. I'll tell you guys, I mean, I don't know. I saw a lot of good reviews on this, was what was funny, and not just this one, but other types. I didn't see any on this particular model. Blade looks decent still. Even the can opener, after we used it quite a bit. This, I didn't really care for this at all. The serrations are not that sharp. Yeah, you can feel even there they're not sharp. That to me is useless. I'd rather see a file maybe. But again, $3.88, who's complaining? But you're spending your hard-earned money. Snaps like this, not bad. I think the other complaint that I have beside that serrated blade is this inside here is super sharp if you're bearing down any kind of pressure. But if you really had to do this in a survival situation, you could just wrap it up. So guys, if you've ever eyed one of those small little inexpensive Ozark Trail tools, hey, not a bad deal for a little extra backup. Would I use it for EDC? Probably not. but not bad for a little survival pack. Guys, if you're serious about prepping and survival, check out Survival Dispatch Insider. Some of the top names in the survival world are contributors there on the Insider. We upload one video that is exclusive to the Insider a week. We have a link down below in the description. Check it out. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. Just see about, whoops. Ooh, boy, that's close. But it's not all that great.